and I welcome you all to Victory Hour. We all know that every Wednesday is Victory Hour on this platform of Chat Room with Dr. Victory, and we give God praise for the gift of life. Remember, Victory Hour is a platform I used to bring teachings on practical everyday living, helping people to live victoriously in their everyday lives, and also in those aspects of their lives where they feel defeated. By the grace of God, I bring teachings that will help them to have victory. So I will encourage you to let your friends know about this page. Let them like the page and watch all the preceding videos so that they can learn a thing or two that will help them in their everyday lives. All right, as we go into the topic of today, by popular demand, this topic I'm going to teach today, I've taught it some time ago, but there's a lot of demand for me to teach it again because of the things that people learned from it. I got SMSs, some sent SMSs to my husband, some send it through me, and some commented and all that. So I will encourage you also to let somebody know about it, because it's going to be of a tremendous help to we as parents. The topic for today, I believe you would have seen it, written there, is understanding teenagers. There was a time on Victory Hour, I taught a series I called Raising Children, up to 4 series. The first one was Raising Children 101. The second one was Raising Children 202, 303, and 4. I think 4 series. And this particular topic is actually one of it. So I got a demand that I should take it again, because I believe that it was of a great help. Actually, it was Raising Children 303. I captioned it then, how to understand teenagers. But today I'm going to teach it under the topic Understanding Teenagers. I put it 2 because actually part 2 of that one I've already taught. We know that most parents battle with teenagers because we don't really understand what is happening in their space. So I believe this teaching will be of a great help to a parent that is watching me today, that will help you to enjoy that your teenager that you are actually seeing being a problem to you. He or she is not a problem. All right, let's proceed into the topic of today. Teenagers, understanding them. Who are teenagers? Teenagers are those children that are from the age of 13 to 19 years. They are called teenagers. 20 years or say early 20s are called young adult, but they are all in their adolescent age. So we really need to understand them properly, what is happening in their space as per development, maturity, etc. For you to keep having problems with them, you really need to understand. When you understand, then you'll stop having problems with them, having misunderstanding. There are intense growth. From my research, I found out that the teenagers, their brain is still growing until early 20s when it stops growing. So when you have a good understanding of their space, of what is really happening in their space, you will not have problem with that, your teenagers. By the grace of God, I have 2 teenage sons, and I give God praise because I told you about trying to help yourself, read books, try to develop yourself. In all my teachings, I always use this adage that when you know better, you live brighter. With the knowledge of what I'm going to teach you this morning, that your teenager that you are seeing as a problem, it's actually not a problem. It's just because you really you don't understand what is happening in her or his space. If you understand, you will actually know that they need help. They need encouragement in the teenage stage. They need support from you, an adult, that have already passed through what they are passing through right now. When you don't understand, you think they are rebellious, you think they are stubborn, you think they are a thorn in your flesh. They are not. They are really a blessing from God. They actually need help. All right, let's proceed. When you understand the problems they are passing through, you will not be having misunderstanding with them. You will not have argument. You will not have quarrel. You will not have fights with them. It is amazing that this your cute, loving, little baby girl or boy that was just holding, they used to use that word, holding onto their mother's apron string. You know, they're always following you all about and all that. Now it's not like that. It's really facing you, you know, trying to argue with you, trying to get to know something. When we really understand and know that this is the way it's supposed to be, you will help them. You will be of a great help to them, and not having misunderstanding on having fight with them. Just like I said that by the grace of God, God encouraged me to be using my own examples to help, you know, parents out there. I told you earlier on that by the grace of God, I have 2 teenage sons. And there's another one, I have 3 boys. I had the last one 13 years after I had my second boy. So actually, my second boy is turning 18 by the grace of God this month. And he just turned 5 this January. So actually, he is in that stage of where you say, cute little baby. Whenever I go to the kitchen, he's always full. Everywhere you see most on my Instagram photos, all the time, he's always with me. When I want to take photos, he's there. Sometimes he wants to eat. Sometimes even he wants to sleep with me on my bed. The father will say, go to your bed, you make our bed tight and all that. You know what I'm saying? When they are growing up, they're like that. They're very close to you. They're attached to you. But when they get to the teenage age, there's a difference. It now looks as if, you know, they have this indifference feelings towards you. It's not really. It's because of the way things are happening to them. By the grace of God, this teaching is coming to help you. You that is watching me, maybe today is the first time of watching me, this my video, from wherever you're watching me, from any part of the world, I bet you'll be glad you did. And also encourage you to go to my Facebook wall, like my Facebook, and watch the preceding videos I've taught on some of my wonderful topics. But this one specifically, I've taught it before. There's even another one that followed. Time will not permit me, but I believe that if you go to watch, you will see it. That one is talking about you know, helping teenagers pass through the adolescent stage. That is another video. Time will not permit me, because this one I'm just teaching it today because of popular demand. But the preceding one, you can watch them on my wall. All right, let's proceed. This your amazing little boy or little girl that was cute and lovable, following you all around, reaches a teenage age and changes dramatically. You know, the change is so dramatical. Yes, I've been there, because I told you I have to teenage son. So actually, most of my teaching is practically from what I've experienced. So it's going to be of a great help. Okay, just say, Dr. Victory, I don't have, I don't have a teenage child yet. Maybe your children are toddlers. I bet you before you know it, it happened like a twinkle of an eye. They'll become teenagers. So this is really going to be of great help, because it's good to build, they say build the ark before the flood comes. All right, that's wonderful. Let's proceed. You really need to know about teenagers. Okay, you said, okay, Dr. Victory, I already have a teenager I'm battling. Hold on. This teaching is coming to be of a great help. You learn a thing or two that will help you. Most of the time, you are thinking that the fault is that your teenager, not knowing that you are the big fault because you don't know. All right. The changes come dramatically, and most of the parents battle to cope because of little or no knowledge. They don't know about the teenage age and what is happening in their space. With the understanding of this, my teaching this morning, and you applying what you will learn this morning, you will start enjoying that your child once again, like when they were toddlers. I bet you will. All right, let's go into the points we have today. How to understand them. I wrote down some points, and by the grace of God, I'll be explaining each and every one of them for us to understand. Number one there, I wrote there, is they are very idealistic. Teenagers, yes, they are. They are very, very idealistic. They always believe that they have better ideas than that of their parents, than that of those that are older than them. Yes, they believe they can make things better. They believe they can make a change. Yes, that they know how to do things better. It's always like that. I told you I have 2 teenage sons. I used to tell them that I taught them how to brush their teeth. Now they're brushing their own way. They said, Mom, it's some internet connection. You know, it's really cloudy here and it's really affecting the network. Also, let's proceed. They have grown. What did they need them for? You know, we'll laugh over it. I say, where is the party happening? Where it is happening? Where to go and have fun? Do you know why? Because they have a lot of energy. They need a place to go. They like to live on their own culture. And finally, number 8, I said they like using their own languages. When we understand this points, I'm going to explain one after the other. We will not have a problem. Remember, I have already explained point number 1 that said they are highly idealistic. Number 2, I said they have too much energy. They have to earn energy. They want to know where the fun is happening. You know, where is the party happening and all that. So we parents should provide opportunity for them to exert that energy. Sporting activities. Like do you know that most gyms, when you register, they say your children, they can come for free. That your children are automatically, it was even my children, always for advice. They ask us some difficult questions. We need to, because they are seeking their own identity. They might come with a question like, who is God? Why do we even need to worship him? We don't see him. You don't need to shout at them because they don't know. They want to know. You need to sit them down and explain to them better. And I bet you the result you will get will be so amazing to you. Sometimes they say, don't take me to school. Don't hold my hands on the road. It had happened to me, my boys, not even when they were even primary school. They say, don't hold my hand when we are crossing. I say, it's called mother's instinct. I don't know when I do that and all that. You know, there's some things they will tell you like, oh my goodness. You know, even when they were in primary school, they told me, Mom, stop bringing out clothes for me to wear. I know how to bring out clothes. You know, all those things. So you shouldn't, you know, shout at them and wonder what is happening. No, when you have the understanding, you say, okay, now I know. I know. So you have to have a knowledge of it. Then you will enjoy that stage because actually it will still fizzle away. It is called adolescent stage. Then they will enter and being adults where they still fall back to you with advice. They'll be calling you despite they've left home, they're far away. They keep calling you. But when you understand, you and them, you will understand it and enjoy it better. Okay, let's proceed. I say most time they are rebellious. Yeah, they didn't really plan it, but it's because of what is happening around them, the intense development that they're experiencing around them, and you know the way things are, maturity development. So sometimes when they are rebellious, not really that they hate you or they like fighting you, it's because of the way things are. But remember earlier on I said they really need your help to help them pass through that stage. All right, they begin to question and challenge the way things are being done in the house. Why do I have to pray? Why do I have to fast? Remember I said that's why you need to go and watch my video. My first son came and asked the father that. But I bet you, do you know that now he's even fasting more than I and my husband? Why? Because of the way we explain to him better. Not fighting him. Don't say, yeah, don't talk to me like this. No, that is the space they are in. You need to understand and help them. All right, let's proceed. They are truth seekers. I said they respect a lot of truth. They want someone who they can look up to, someone who has principle and live by them. Especially you parents, don't lie, don't be in front of them and you are in your house, you're telling somebody that you are at the office or you're by the mall or you're by the post office or somewhere else. They're looking at you. And remember, children, they do a lot by what they see and not what they hear. So they're watching you, they're seeing you. So you find that most of the things you do, the children do it more than what we instruct them to do. All right, so you need to make sure you don't live a double standard life as a parent. As you want them to be truthful, you yourself be truthful. As you want them to be principled person in life, you make sure you are a principled man or a woman. All right, let's proceed. I say they are chance takers. Oh my goodness, this is one of the most important aspects of the life of teenagers. They take chances. They do work. Is not really helping matters, yeah, but they need our help. We need to help them to pass through this difficult stage because you and I that are adults today, we have passed through that stage. Maybe most of us, we didn't really have the support, the exposure that we have now. Our parents didn't have it then to help us, but you now that you have it, you need to help your children because there are some mistakes that you and I made that we are regretting that. If we had the kind of support we have now, we wouldn't have made it. Now that you know better, make sure that your children, they don't make the kind of mistake you made. You know, my husband used to tell my boys, he said the kind of support they have now from him, that he didn't really have it from his parents those days because they didn't know better. So now that you know, you have to help your children. Also, finally, I said they like using their own language. Remember the one I said, number 7, before this, number 8, I said they live in their own culture. That is, they have their way of doing things. That is, you know, is in this their generation now. You can't change it. You just need to encourage them. The ones that are not really good, tell them, but this is not really good. Indecent dressing, they're not really good. That I told my sons, they even know when they were teenagers. I said somebody pulling down the pants and you're seeing his inner wear is an indecent dressing. So even to the point when they see it anywhere on TV, they say, Mom, indecent dressing, yes. There are some that you allow them because it's in their culture, but some that are not reasonable, you don't encourage it. All right, I said they like using their own language. They have their language, slangs, they use this. As parents, you should recall your mind back in those days of your own, yeah. Nowadays, they use dope, leads. You know, they say Bosch. My mouse were like, what is this? You know, they will laugh because the meaning they will give you is not even corresponding to what they're saying. But that is their own for now. And you know, when they outgrow it, they'll pass through it. Then others, you know, will come to that place. Yes, you can't force them out of it, but you let them be. So they really need our help and encouragement to pass through this stage, showing them love and support, because most of them is so overwhelming, they don't even know. That's why they make mistakes. But with the love and encouragement and good advice and support of their parents, you'll find that they will not really make mistakes. Yes, they will not, because that's what most of them that make mistakes are lacking. They're lacking the love, encouragement, and support. There are a lot of teenage problems that teenagers pass through out there. I'll mention them here, and our time will not permit me to explain them. But these are the things they face as teenagers. And as a parent, when you know about it, you know that your child really needs help. Because remember I said earlier on, despite that we are adults of today, we have once been there. Depression. There's a lot of teenagers that, you know, face depression, bullying at school. There's even what they call cyberbullying. Some people bully them on the social media. And it's even actually social media is one of the things I wrote here. Social media is one of the problems, because most of, if you recall our mind back, most of us, we didn't really have the advance of technology that these teenagers are facing now. I remember at our own days, those days, cell phones are being owned by few. I think when I was even a teenager, it was landline, and it was a few people that owned landline. You know, so now they're exposed to a whole lot of things. There's even what is called cyberbullying. A lot of them are being bullied in the cyber cafe. So they really need your help and encouragement. Sexual activities, as if it's in the internet. If you don't involve in sexual activities, you are not, you won't feel among. So they need our encouragement and support and advice, telling them, no, those things can be. You can still live right and be a wonderful teenager. Alcohol use, drug abuse, substance abuse, these are the problems they face. You are not there with them in the school. You're not there with them in the boarding house. You're not there with them in the university. Even in the high school, you're not there. You don't go to school with them each and every day when they're on break and all that. They face all this temptation from their wayward friends. Peer pressure, there's academic pressure and academic problem. Remember my second son, he just finished matric. That's the last exam you do in high school or secondary school. You know, at the time he came and told me, Mom, it's so overwhelming. I said, keep holding on. God will help you. Pray to God to help you. Because he says so many subjects, so many things to study and all that. We have all been there. But without encouragement, you see, they will forge ahead and they will make better grades. Obesity. A lot of teenagers that are fat, they want to be slim. Those that are slim, they want to be slimmer than models and all that. You know, these are the things that are in their space. They really need your love, your help, and your support to help them to skate through it. To tell them that no matter how you are, whether you're obese, whether you're slim, whether you're skinny, you really have to appreciate yourself the way you are. All right, I've mentioned this social media. Oh my goodness, social media is a lot of challenge with our teenagers, because they don't even know that most of the things that are going on social media are not real. Most people will say the 100 million likes and all that. Some of them are not even real, but you're busy killing yourself that your friend is having 1001 likes and all that. It doesn't really make person to be who you are. Social media is not really where your worth is. Your worth is in your personality. All right, on-screen violence. These are the things that they face every day. They watch the TV, they watch the social media and all that. Dating abuse. Dating issues. There are a whole lot of issues. They don't even know how to go about this dating thing. And you know, that's why I said they need our love and our support. When they don't get the love and support they need from us parents and from their family and their loved ones, they will go out there and get wrong advice from their wrong friends, which shouldn't be, because their friends will always want to, you know, give them the wrong advice, some out of jealousy, some out of wanting them to be destroyed, because most friends are not really friends. Some, they are jealous of you. When you come to them for advice, then they will give you wrong advice because they want you to be destroyed, because they believe that you have been faring better in life than them. Like I and my husband, you know, we discussed a lot. We are discussing humorously yesterday about, you know, some people that had marital problem. I said, like, when we're in the universities, I mean, you have somebody that wants to get married to you, you go and tell your friends. Their friends will tell you either he's a poor man or he's a short man and all that. And you will leave that man, and I bet you they will go behind you and marry that same particular man that they talk down in your face, making you to leave that man, and then they'll marry the person. You see what I'm talking about? That is bad advice. They have made you to lose that opportunity that came to you, and they went behind you to grab that opportunity. All right, there are digital abuse, a whole lot of things that the teenagers are facing. But I believe with my teaching this morning, you as a parent that is watching me out there, you really know that you need help. Stop shouting at your child is fighting you. We're having misunderstandings. Sit down and watch my video all over again. You will learn a thing or two. Go to my page, Chat Room with Dr. Victory. Like my page, watch the videos. I believe any parent that is watching me from wherever part of the world you're watching me, you need to go back to that my series I titled Raising Children 101, 202, 303. And 404, that's the part 4. Actually, this one that I'm repeating, part 2, actually then was Raising Children 303. I captioned it, How to Understand Teenagers. There's even another one, 404, part 4, that said helping teenagers pass through the adolescent stage. Time will not permit you to go through that, but I want you to go back to my page and watch that video. It will be of a great help to you. That my Raising Children is really a wonderful topic. Even there was a place I was a guest minister in Pretoria, South Africa. The woman of God specifically said, I have to teach on raising children, because as she watched my video, she normally follows me on live, that she was blessed. Why am I saying this? Okay, you can say my children are not teenagers yet. You really need to know even how to handle toddlers, because they are really difficult. Remember, they used to call them terrible two and terrible 2 and terrific 3. When they are 2 years, 3 years. So all those things you need to know so that you don't have problem. You don't say, most parents, because they don't know, they say this child is a big problem. This child is this. Oh my goodness. Do you know that our mouth is powerful, as according to what the Bible says? You can destroy a child's destiny because the child is actually living their age. Most parents, when we come in contact with them, they will say, my child is naughty. My husband will most time will rebuke them, say they are not naughty, they are living their age. That is the age they are. So you need to manage them, because before you know it, they will pass through it. That's the way life is. Yes, I've actually come to the end of my teaching today. I know you were really blessed. I bet you did. Please, you need to let someone know about this. There's a friend, there's a colleague, there's a relation, or somebody you know who is battling with their teenagers. They say, my daughter is wayward, my son is wayward. Encourage them to watch this video. They will learn nothing, knowing that that child that you think they are wayward, there's something that is lacking. Most of the time, it's actually the love and support they need from us that they are lacking that is making them to be wayward. If you can bring them closer and encourage them, show them love and support them, I bet you'll be surprised. You will have a different teenager that you wonder, oh, I would have done this earlier on. So I've actually come to the end of my teaching today. I believe you have learned a thing or two. There will be a blessing to you and to others around you, so that they will live victoriously in their everyday life. Keep a day with me next week, Wednesday, as I bring another interesting topic on this victory hour. So till then, enjoy the rest of your week. See you next week, same time, same place. Bye.